episode 5. What we're going to do this episode here is we're going to start forming our pieces that we made for our dash. Our sides here. And we put them, like this is the driver's side. We're going to install these on our board, on our panels. And one of the ways I'm going to be doing it, of course, will be I'll take some of this thinner board, put in behind it, like so. Of course, we're going to cut it where it'll fit in here, and use a plastic weld it in. That'll ensure these here will be straight. We'll put these on. And we'll weld these to the plate. Then we'll come in and body fill and shape. I am going to cut right in here on the bottom of this. Looking at it, we're going to cut this end off, kind of bring it around a little bit. When it's in the truck, this is a lot lower in its way it's built. This panel is lower than the passenger panel, and it's hitting that doghouse a little bit. It's putting a little bit of bind on it right here. So we'll come in, trim this up a little bit, weld this on the back of the panel, weld these to it, then we'll body fill our seam, make it smooth. And these panels after that should be I'm gonna double check everything, will be ready to be sent out to the wrappers. They can have them then. And while they're out at the wrappers, we got other things to be doing to the truck. We got to get the seats done next. Get those in. I'm just going to be using a all-purpose putty here. I'm going to show it to you. I've used it in the past, and it is a Bondo type, but it works pretty good. Easy to work with, easy to smooth out. If you got a big area and need time to spread this on other things, on your truck or whatever, put a resin in it. So when you go mix it up, put your hardener in it, and there's a resin you can get to put in it, and it makes it more kind of liquefied, and you can really work with it, get in places, and works out good. But anyway, let me get my screwdriver. I'm gonna take these panels apart and see what we can do with it. Get her started anyway, you know. But we're gonna get these panels ready to go out this week. See what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna chuck up this reel. I think it'd be a whole lot quicker. I think it will be. She must be hiding from me. It is hiding. I thought it was. Always hiding. Always. Tell you what, it's been so hot lately. I really hadn't had time really to work on it. This evening, got a little better, you know. Temperatures got down in the low 80s. This morning it was 66. We've been having these 100-degree days. I'm gonna put these where I can find them. I'm gonna set them right here for right now. These over here. I did off camera build my top plate. Goes on it. Because I did that because we're supposed to have been done with all the dash matching. So I had to do that before I could continue on. But we got it done. And it's not enough. It wasn't the room I thought I was gonna have up there. I was hoping I had enough room for a drop in, a catch all. It's really not. I think it's only like a 2.5, 3 inch difference on it. It's real close. I gotta get with that guy. He's trying to decide what he wants. What he wants to do with his console. I told him that I'm doing mine right now, but I can come off of mine and do his. He is a viewer. Maybe he's waiting to see how big a mess I'm gonna make of mine. I don't know. We'll see. But it's been probably oh gosh. Of course, these consoles are different today. But I guess it was in the 90s last time I done one. Trash later. Got time to mess with it right now. So what I'll do now is get these propped up. I'll lay my back first. And before you take them off, mark your spots where you can't put anything. So when I cut this, it'll be on the flat side. When I cut some of this to put in here, something is here, which I had it back up here, a little rubber piece. Got a piece here. So I know when I marked it, I can't put anything right here. I got to go in between here. Okay? On this or this here. So when I make my pieces go on here, got to miss that. And then, of course, you got your down here. This is a push pin, just pushed in on this one. So I got to miss this. And then this long mark on the bottom right here is this right here. It touches it. So I know I got to pass that up on that side. So be sure and mark your spots before you go through the trouble of putting your board up there. Now, this other side is going to be the tricky one because it's so thin, but it still goes though. I got it marked as well. So, put this up here. Now this has got to be, I got to put this one just a hair higher than this. Because it's this one. This one I got to match. This one I got to put just a hair higher. When this is on there, the lip to this, okay? When it's up on there and in place, these two lips where they line up at, the driver's side is down. The passenger side was flush. And it's going to be right here at the very top. Now, that's down just far enough. I mean, it worked out great. It was down just far enough to where when I put my piece in here, it'll go flush right here. Okay? I thought about putting it on top. This is going to be wrapped. Set it inside here. It won't be noticeable because this will be wrapped. The piece on top will be wrapped as well. It'll go on top. And I'll have some guides coming up to hold it in place when you set it on top. It won't move nowhere. But this side, the driver's side, was already down. The passenger side, both sides were flush. Okay? So I actually have to take this one and the thickness of this, which is an eighth, cut it off. So this would be above it when I go put it back together. Anyway, but it's flush with it. I gotta cut it. It's always something with them, but when we get done with it, it'll be right. You'll like it, I think. If you don't, try it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cut me some pieces, get them on here, and I'll come back and show you what we did. Be right back. Here we are, continuing on the panels here. It's dark, it's cooler, and tomorrow I'll give me a light. We can put this above us here so we can see a little better. It's too dark for you, but I think you'll get the point to show you what I'm doing. First thing I want to do is I'm going to show you that I'm going to show you right here. This plastic weld here, it's a JB Weld type brand, and I went and put a piece here on my panel, and I was trying to take it off. Let me show it to you. I just put a dot here, and I was trying to chip it off or take it off, and it ain't moving. So just to show you how strong that is to put it on ABS board, it sticks real well. We're going to take I don't have to take it off, but I'm going to see if it'll come off. Man, I tell you, it's going to be on there. Good stuff. I did let it set for a couple days before I come out to mess with it. But what we're going to do is put these panels on tonight. Where they go. We'll get this thing sent out and get them wrapped and be done with them. But I got to get these on, let them set up tonight, body fill them tomorrow, make sure everything is smooth here and where it won't have a dip when they do put the vinyl on it. After you do that, even if it hairline cracks, so it does. If it does, you're not going to see the dip. It'll be behind the vinyl. If it's just a hairline crack, it's not going to dip on you. I'll show that to you if it happens. I hope it don't happen, but if it does, we'll deal with it then. So what we'll do here is line this up where we want it. Like I say, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Because your body fill is going to fill in where your gaps are. First things first, though. I don't know. I hadn't really researched it, but I want to always make sure. And that is, if there is anything on the, maybe it's where you're going to be gluing at or whatever, make sure it's clean. And try not to touch your surfaces. Try not to. If you do clean it. If you can't help yourself and do, I'm sure that stuff will still stick. And I tell you what, it's still warm out here. I had to cut that fan off so you can hear me. And also, another thing, I want you to do is, there's a lot of things I do off camera. So there's a link in the description to go to and check things out. The other things that I've done to this off camera. I just take pictures because for a little detail of what I'm going to do, I'm not going to shoot like a 2-minute video on it. You can see the pictures and understand how they come apart, what I did to take it apart. Because some people can't, they figure out, how do you get this out, or whatever. For instance, this mess out of the upper console. It's your lights and all. It's a real simple deal. Most stuff, when they put this together, is melted in. And most of you guys don't talk about on the melted part where a screw's not used. There's usually a stud there, and they take like a heat gun, not a heat gun, like a soldering gun type. It's a heat rod, and they hit it, it flattens out, and it makes a permanent spot. There are ways around it. The upper console in your vehicle, if you want to take it down and clean it, paint it, whatever, on the back side of it, it's really easy to take out. You're going to see there's 3 studs come up on each light, and those are pre-drilled. Them are hollow, but the heat gun melted the piece on top of it. And you'll see the videos, not videos, but the pictures over on that link, how I removed them, what we did. You'll see the pre-drilled holes. Put a screw back in it when you get done. So you want to change the light bulbs or whatever, they're easy to take out. Nothing to it. Anyway, let's get on with this right here. And get this mixed up, done up on this panel here. I'll get the other panel done. So tomorrow we could add the body filler. And just try not to touch where you're going to put your stuff. It's all right to touch the rest of it. Just don't touch underneath here where you're going to put your stuff. And before you put your body filler on it, because you're going to have it on the back side, a little bit on the back side, smooth it up some. It ain't going to be perfect. Because you're going to paint, you're going to spray the back side of this around the edges. You can, I do, just because. But anyway, we'll glue these down now. Let me get something to, I think this would be man, I tell you what, if I ever need this, I'll never get that off. That stuff is, when it sticks, it sticks. So let me get me a little old cardboard here. Split it, make me a little mixing pad. Always got cardboard laying around. I do have mixing pads, but for this, all we need, you know what I mean? It's all we need. So, here we go with this. Put these on, glue them up. They'll be there. This stuff's some good stuff. I had a guy introduce it to me years ago when I had a radio shop. There's a regular JB Weld. There's several different brands. I mean, you get what brand you want. I wouldn't use the regular JB Weld on this because I ain't had real good experience with it. This I have. I've had no issues with this. So we're right here. Come out with it. Mix it a little more. And you do have some setting time on it. You don't have a lot of time, but you got some setting time to do what you got to do, get it right. It's not going to set up in 30 seconds. But I got to get these done. It's been hot all week, and it's still in the 80s tonight. but they have to be done by Monday to get them ready to be sent out. Go. That'd be plenty. Yeah, it ain't going nowhere. You bet that. We're going to line it up now where we want it. Once you put it down, she's going to be there. Let me get some more. Get that back over there a little bit. There we go. But click that link and go over there, and if you ever need to take one of your consoles apart, you'll kind of see what you're getting yourself into if you need to. This is going to be straight here. That'll look good. Then you want to bring this kind of over it. Like so. Okay. Put some clamps on there without messing them up. Slide this out a little bit. Put that right there. Just put it where you won't get stuff on your clamp. I left a little bit of room here so I could do that. And one's all you need on there. You don't need a whole bunch. 2 or 3 clamps. One clamp is more than what you're going to need, per section. Put this board where you want it, because once it sets up, you're there. And then tomorrow, we'll have it. So here we are. Like I say, we'll body fill your inside here. You got the point. You get the point. We'll get done with it. Just make sure. Push that on in. It's butt up against it now. It wasn't, but it is now. There we go. I picked it up. I seen that big old gap in. I see where it's walking out on us. But we're good now. I don't think there might be some here. Just kind of cover that up a little bit. If you want. I tell you what, this warm up with the fan on. You know what I'm saying? With that fan messes up the sound. So tomorrow I'll give me a light put up here. Whether a rechargeable one or something with magnetic, where I can just stick it up there and cut it on. You can see a little better at night. We're probably going to be doing more work at night than we'll be doing during the day. Next week's supposed to rain, so it shouldn't be a problem in the evenings with a little bit of light. Door up, probably raining, be fine. But anyway, I'm going to get this other one done, and after that, we'll come back either tomorrow night or in the morning early, come out and body fill these. So that's set up. Tomorrow night, get them sanded. Sunday, finish them up. Have all these finished up. All these got to be cleaned up. Ready to go. So she's going to be wrapping 4 pieces. The 2 sides and the cup holder. Of course, the radiator holder. 4 pieces. The back side will just be like a low gloss kind of black, like the seats are. The back side of it is where the vents, AC vents and all are. We're not gonna wrap the back side. Something that the truck's gotta be black and blue. All right, with the little bit of wood trim in it. But anyway, go over there at that page and check it out. You know, when we get time, no big hurry, just it'll be there. And see the pictures on what we do on the console that don't have in video. All right, so give me a few minutes. We'll be right back to finish these up. Go to the next step. Talk to y'all then. Okay, we're back at it again. So we'll let them boards set up overnight, and they're on here. They ain't going nowhere. You ain't gonna break them off. You might break them off. I guess never say never, right? They could break off. So what I'm doing now is going back over it, make sure there's not any tape or anything left on them from setting it up to getting it ready to be wrapped. Let's see, I had a little piece of sandpaper there. This is her work right here. I'm gonna take that edge off up here a little bit. I had a burr up there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is same thing as we did with the other pieces. I just had my, let me get it over here. What I do here, right here. I tend to lose stuff sometimes. Same thing with this side here. We're going to take and make sure everything is cleaned up. And I use that brush because it gets down in those little pores in these panels good. I'm going to take some 120 sandpaper and just roughen this black up a little bit. Just a little bit, not much. Just scratch it up. We'll clean it again. Get on out here just in case we go over a little bit. Okay, wipe that off. Just like that. Now on the other side, what I'm going to do is, to keep it from going all the way through, grip on everything, just run your piece of tape down it. And you won't have any run through. Have a bigger mess than what you need. A little bit of traffic out on the road today. A little bit. Now I'll do this with both of them. There'll be some kind of backing on it. So it won't run through. Because it will find its way through if you got any backing. Now, there's a push pin that goes here. So it's been taped over so I can remove it, you know, when we get through filling it in. The way I can, I don't know where Oh boy, right there. He always be flying around that road. I don't know why. So let's mix some up. Put some on here. And don't worry about filling in the holes. You're gonna drill them back out if you do. So I showed this the other day. I'm just using the all putty Bondo brand. Works real well on this. Easy to work with. You know what I need though? I'm gonna try to do this. I got it on this right here just in case, but I need a better scoop of thing. Take this out with. Really, this will work. This will be fine. That should be almost enough, I think. Then put a little bit more. It's okay to have too much. Put you a, be sure before you ever use hardener, read directions. We got some guys that, before I've been around, that didn't. And then when you go to use a hardener, your hardener's not a hardener. Because you taking, it separates. You square it out, it'd be like all liquid. Like, man, it's hardener going bad. It ain't no good. Well, you didn't need it. Be sure to knead it up good. I did this earlier. It should be ready to go. My thing is this. I put me about a quarter to 3/8 bead across it. And you should be fine then. Little dots. I can tell you this here, the more you put on there, the less work time you're gonna have. Tell you what, it didn't. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this one, cause I'm afraid that is taller than what I wanted. Cause the rule of thumb I always went by was a 3/8 to a half tall stack. Put a bead straight across the height of your putty. I have, and it's always worked out good. So there is a resin that you could put in with this that will slow the hardening time up. And it doesn't change colors like Bondo does. Because you can start with a blue, end up being a red, or whatever. Okay. Now, all we want to do is a small piece here, just like this. This is fine. We're going to work this in now. Should be okay. I'll make that work up here. Okay. We'll set this to the side now and let it dry. Like I say, as long as your lines are even, that's what you want. All you're doing is filling in a gap. You're not making it where it's a piece on the truck body work. You don't have to be perfect with it. We'll sand this down, smoothing it up. We may take some more putty and make our top piece here, where it will be flush, or we can leave it. It's going to be wrapped, won't be seen. So we got the other one to do. Put this out here to harden. Same thing on this one. Put some tape behind it. I put some more filler right here when I had some left over when I mix it up. It's wherever you think it might come through. This don't have to be perfect either. None of it does, because none of it's going to be shown. What we do need to do is get that paper off of there. They seal these things up pretty good. It's got a piece of paper on it I forgot to get off. Probably just mixed over it when I hurt it a bit. You're going to have something on it. The wrap's going to be on it. No big thing. Ain't no thing. You won't come off. I want to. You are, though. Make sure everything's off of you. This is the one that we gotta trim up here. Will come in. I gotta change this curve on the front left side, on the driver's side there. All right. Mix it a little bit more. I wonder if I can, oh man, break this off. Let them harden up. This will come off that cardboard. Probably not, right? Another piece of cardboard. Man, that stuff's gotten hot. It's gonna set up and harden. I just got a piece of cardboard. Something I can cut on. Mix up on here. Always got something. Look here. Always got something to do with. And that'll chip off of those. Now some people, they'll just chunk them. You know. Probably enough. Probably enough. I missed that hole. All right. I'll sand these down as they set up, and then I may throw a picture up when I'm done with them. Everything will be ready to go to the wrap shop. So all you're doing is filling this gap, just so the wrap won't show the indentions there. And it won't. We'll get through. Sand this down. It'll be ready. They trying to come off, didn't it? That'll work. It'll work just fine. Good. Come over with anyway. Let that set up. Put this out here to harden up. Go back, sand that down. Let these out there so they'll harden up. So you can crack this off of there. Close it back up. There you go. There's a rag or something. There you go, do it. That off good. Then we'll got a little bit of claw hammer here and drive that back down on here. Put your hardener with it. Put it over in the cabinet where you know where it is, where you can find it. Go, put it up. Put it where it goes. We'll get that set up. Come back. We'll sand them and have them ready to cut that one end off. Have them ready to ship out. Get it done. So we'll get that on the next part of the interior. So I'll be right back. Let me take care of this and see where the next step is. All right, well, this is setting up still. It's still not cured completely, but we're okay. It's hard enough where now I can't ship it off, so, or move it. What we're gonna do though, see the pictures, made this where we're gonna make this cut for that front. But always, put your console, put it on the console, make sure when you cut it, the back of it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be safe. And we're gonna go do this with the, I went back, saw blade one. It cuts this real easy and does a nice cut. So I'm gonna cut on this. fine. That'll work out good right there. So that's where we are. This is gonna be our first one we're gonna sand down. So I'm gonna leave it in here. We'll build a put some props under it. So we'll take a chance on it maybe cracking or something. I don't want to crack, but if it does, it does. I just don't want the indentions from the wrap where you can see a seam. And that's what we're trying to kill. You know. And we'll come in and resand, knock all this off. And do that. So I'm gonna let this set up for a little bit longer. We're in no hurry. Do it right, you know. Let it set up. And we'll go from there. Alright. We're gonna sand this down, smoothing it up. I found something that them boxes are good for. Does fishing tackle. So they'll hold this where I want it. I'm gonna cut this with 240, and I'll polish it back off with 600 to 800, so it'll be a little bit smoother. I'm gonna leave that fan running. I know it's noisy, but so is this. But I'll speed it up, get through this pretty quick. So you didn't really see a lot of dust. Best way to go with these vacuum tight. You take the bag off, this side out, you want to, whatever. Don't matter, whatever you want to do. Like a Nairobi sander. Man, you have to get you one. People say they're always junk. No, it ain't. It may not hold up in an industrial situation to do a automotive end over end over end, you know, over and over. But it's okay for home projects, small stuff to work with. It ain't gonna hurt it. All right, so we're gonna fix this corner right here. Go from there. So what I need to do is give a little putty back out and see what I could do right there. Right quick. It won't take much. It's not going to take much. What was in there? Something trying to keep me on my tools, not lock me out. I'm gonna let that happen. Yeah, I don't like that corner up there. We're just gonna put a little bit on there, not much, just a speck. This is probably way more than enough. You can fix them. If it comes off again, I'll just throw some more plastic weld up there. Your wrap's gonna cover it up. Whatever you do to it, your wrap will cover it up. And make a mound right there. I can just sand it down. My tape is still back there. So I'll just do this right here. Sand it down where I want it. That'd be fine right there. That'll work. I tell you what, it's warm today, ain't it? It's not that hot. It's of course it's hot in here. Probably I need to get a thermometer put behind my back here so you can see how hot it is in here. We got like 15-mile-an-hour wind today, but I bet it's 100 in here. I think it's 85, 90 out there. We'll let that set up and sand this back down. Meanwhile, we'll grab the other one and sand it. Maybe it's just smoother on it and all. Go from there. Okay, so after you sand it, get everything like you want it, be smooth and curves, and anything that the wrap will seal up. I just noticed something here. Alright, so after you get your board as close as you think you want it, I got one little spot right here I'm just going to hand sand right quick. So I'll clean this, and I keep forgetting to cut that fan on and off. Bear with me on it. It's warm out here. Pretty good right there. All right, now take it and clean it. That wrap doesn't stick too well. The body filler, the Bondo, It'll sit good to paint. Okay, you stick it to Bondo, stuff like that. It's a chalky like. It's gonna come off. So I just got some gray primer here. I'm gonna put on there. It's a dark, almost black primer. We'll spray it with. We'll take it down there. They won't holler at us too much. You know what I mean? It won't be like, hey, we can't do that. You be sanded down, put the paint on it. Like so. It'll stick to that now. So let's set this over here. So it'll bake. I guarantee you it bakes out there. And then our other one, I had to, I didn't come far enough with my putty. So I came out here a little bit more with it. If that'll harden, I'm trying a different putty on this. I shouldn't, but I am. Just see if it works. If it don't, take it off. I'll mix up another little spot. Cover this again. Send it back down. Be good to go then. We're going to give this a few minutes to set up. I did it a while back. It's a kneading type, and I don't see it happen. I'm not going to talk about the brand. It's just something I had. It was a putty that has a hardener in it. You knead it up, put it on. Don't look too good. Anyway, it's set up, and we'll move on from there. That concludes episode 5, and we're going to continue on 6 on the seats, building the brackets, what all for them. I've got the tubing over here for it. Let's go on the bottom of it, and so these seats, I think they come out of a 4-runner. It is a 2-inch. It's a 1x2 tubing. Okay. But anyway, stay tuned for 6. Go watch it. When it comes out, we'll get these seats mounted. These seats, I'll explain a little bit about them before we start on them and go from there. But I want to thank you for watching 5, and we're going to send those out. Those panels will get wrapped and finish up on the console. You know, we still got the radio to mount. We got the piece still to cut in for the radio to fit. Modify this where the be in there won't fall out. A lot of stuff to do yet, but we will get it done. But we'll worry about that when they come back. That way, when we put this thing together, we can wire it, be done with it, mount it. Of course, if we get everything mounted, we'll be taking it back out of the truck, put the carpet down, then remount everything back in the truck. But anyway, thanks for watching, and share this, because when I hit 1,000 subs, we're going to start on the engine, regardless where I'm at on the cab. I'm going to throw the engine parts in there of a build. We may end up doing a playlist on the channel, so we can go back and forth or whatever. Anyway, let's roll on with this thing and get her done. August is coming up quick. I gotta get to that interior. That is our deadline, August on it. So again, thanks for watching. Subscribe, whatever. Hit that bell so when the episode does come up, you get a notification. Whatever you want to do. Anyway, let's move on.